We're back here on the program, the platform, and speaking with two Bahamian musicians who are here in celebration of the 50th anniversary of Nygard Inc. Bianca, Mr. Adderley, you have arranged for us to see some of his music.
Well, you know, what I really like about my friend Cupid is that he's such an advocate of Bahamians and Bahamian culture, and he brings people together. And I really think that it is about Bahamians supporting Bahamians, and that I appreciate that about him. And actually, Cupid and the rhythm band performed together recently. I also have a clip of that in Eleuthera. And it was a tribute to Phil Stubbs, you know. So what I really appreciate is that Cupid is always, you know, has the Bahamian culture, and he's always introducing it in his way to the young generation. And so just as Phil Stubbs did speak in storytelling and what's relevant to us in this day, Cupid has always done that for the kids through his music, to let them hear these songs and have it relate to them and have it relate into something that's happening right now, a situation that might be going on with them. So he's really keeping it to the younger generations and keeping this Bahamian culture alive. Okay.
So how did you come up with the name Cupid, though?
Well, there's a funny story to that. In school, in high school, a lot of people used to come to me to patch up their little, you know, their little relationship in school. So they'd be like, "Man, Clay, I need you to go talk to so and so for me. And, you know, she's freaking out." So
the fellas came to you to patch up relationship.
Yeah, patch up the relationship. So they said, "Man, listen, she mad at me, man." I go there and I talk to her and say, "Listen, man, you know, that fella, man, you know, he crazy for you." And then somehow they'll end up by lunchtime or after school, you'll see them in the corner, "Yo, job well done." And then when the teacher heard about it, she said, you around here being like a Cupid, you throwing your arrow. So when I was in the studio with Ira back in 2010, Ira said, "Man, you need a name. You need a name. What you can call yourself?"
Is Ira Store?
Ira Store, that's what gave me my first song, was Bus Driver back in 2010. It was released in 2011.
Okay.
So I say, you know what, I can use Cupid, but I spell it different. Instead of C-U-P-I-D, I put Q-P-I-D. Okay. So that's how Cupid was born.
I see. Yeah. Interesting. So you're still patching up relationships?
I got to patch up my own.
Through your music. But I thought you would be patching up relationships through your music.
Oh, well, I like that. I like that. That could be a song.
Yeah, absolutely.
Patch you up.
Okay, patch you up.
Patch you up.
I see. So what is the video we are saying now, the name of it?
Yeah, the video we're going to show is a rendition, you know, when we had practice for the Eleuthera Pineapple Festival, you know, me and the rhythm band agreed that we wanted to do a special tribute to Phil Stubbs because his impact on Bahamian culture and rake and scrape has been tremendous, and he's one of my icons personally. And we did a tribute to him in Pineapple Festival, Eleuthera, and they loved it. People loved it, so they're going to see that clip right about now.
Good. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's take a look at this clip by Clay, Cupid, Adderley, and others. Let's show it.
I'm in the kitchen with 5 children, yes. But now, here's what she said. "Oh, how I I'll fly away so high, up with the birdies, way up in the sky. Things started to get moving. I need to escape. I saw many of you. Good evening. Who's gonna stay with me? He said Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday, even Sunday, only rest day. Let's go down. Stress.
We're back here on the program, the platform, and that is a wonderful video you just saw with Cupid Adderley. And again, you had a whole lot of assistance with this, eh?
Yeah. When you say assistance,
you know, in terms of the music.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think you know, I like to thank God too, because I was blessed with an ear for music. I think the important things of a lot of musicians is you need to have that ear to know what you want. And I thank people like, you know, Iris Store for giving me an opportunity to dive on this scene. You know, a lot of times we have a lot of talented individuals, but there's not enough opportunity. And I proudly tell, I always joke with Ira that, you know, he got me started with $300.
$300.
I only had 300. I said, all right, man, I need to get in the studio, but I only get 300. I give you something else later. And he said, okay, let me see how serious it is. Come, and bring what you get, you know. And you know, 8 years later, I'm still at it. Still at it.
Ira Store is one of the best guitarists we have in the country.
Yes, yes, of course.
Yeah, he
I
was.
used to play guitar too.
He was playing the guitar from he was a little boy, probably primary school.
He used to play the drums first, and then he moved into the guitar.
And he moved into the guitar. Oh yeah, I've known him as a very young boy playing music. And so you have done mostly brass music.
As a musician, yeah.
Yeah.
I played the trumpet, Mr. J. I got into playing the cello as well, you know, the strings. I can play the string instrument as well, the cello and the violin. But most of my high school, junior high school, senior high school, and a little bit of college was playing the trumpet with Mr. Justilian on the Saturdays. And, you know, I still up to this day visit Mr. Duke Elstron. 2 weeks ago, I stopped by his, you know, you still have the place on Soldier Road, and he was cracking jokes. He said, you come smile in my face, you need to bring your trumpet, let's go to practice. So next Sunday I was there, 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock every Sunday you have practice. So getting back into my horn too. And, you know, I just like to pay homage to a lot of people that had an impact on my life. Yeah. And, you know, I always say that when it comes to kids, you want to give kids some discipline, put an instrument in their hand. And you develop a lot of discipline there. And,
yeah, tell me how you both feel about Bahamian culture today, where it is, and the appreciation for Bahamian culture among Bahamians and others. Delavo?
Well, where I feel Bahamian culture is today is maybe an all-time low, because we don't enforce it as much as in the schools. Like when I was in school, like we used to enforce this, like chippy doors is to come to the school and they work with the young children. When you train a child, the child will not forget the foundation on what they were taught, you know. So like in the schools now, they getting exposed to all these other different things. They getting exposed to phone and laptop and all these different things. I was exposed to culture, bush medicine, you know. So the foods are even different now. So, you know, it's like an all-time low now to me, but all is not lost. There's opportunity. There's always the ability to teach and to enhance. So for me, you know, I think more can be done, and I don't want to be a critic. Because Arlene had this program every year where she works with all the little young children, and she used to always come say, Ruppa, I need you to come kind of in the summer program and work with the young kids. And you know, it was a success every year. So every Independence, you could see agriculture doing these nice things with the children, teaching them the indigenous things in the Bahamas, whether it's John Canoe, the foods, the way we live, the attitude on how to become a real true Bahamian.
A true Bahamian.
Yes, sir.
Bianca, you know what it is to be a true Bahamian, right?
You know, I'm trying every day to be a true Bahamian, but that's something, you know, I came here when I was 6 months old when I was here, and my father's not from here, but he did his best. He fell in love with the Bahamas, and I'm so grateful to have him surround us with the King Erics and Peanuts Taylor and Chippy Chipman and Ronnie Butler and everybody, and to have introduced us to the culture. Without John Canoe, for example, having John Canoe, I would have never met both of these gentlemen. It's through John Canoe that I'm able to call them my friends and able to be with them and able to have them be around my children too and have my children in culture. And I'm so grateful for that. And I think that when I listen to everybody that's successful, really, they always had a mentor, a Bahamian legend, another Bahamian legend that took them and said, I see something in you. I'm here for you, I believe in you, and took them and had that. And I'm grateful for Junkanoo that we do have those legends with us in the shacks, and we get that time with them to practice, you know, whatever the craft may be, whether it be the art or through the music or through just the feeling of endurance on the parade. And I remember as after I left here, I remember coming back, and my favorite thing was getting off the plane when we were out walking in the, out in the open air, and smelling the air here and feeling the heat, and walking into the airport and hearing that music, hearing the Bahamian music right away, and I just would feel like, ah, I'm home, I'm back in the Bahamas, you know, and then you take the drive through the beautiful ocean and everything. And I had lived in all these other places, and my favorite place was the Bahamas because my dad made it so welcoming to me to have a safe and wonderful and cultural and musical and artistic environment, you know, and that was my environment. I had no fear. I had no fear of anything on the island or anything, and it's because of the people I was surrounded with, which I surround my children with now, you know, and I think that we need more of that because I was worried for a while. I was worried that a lot of the youth didn't know about culture, and they didn't even know these legends' names, and they were listening to the rap music that gives a lot of most of it gives a lot of negative messages, and they were following suit with what they might see on TV, and you know, and it was going down for a while, but now it's very reassuring to me that I think that it's coming back up, and that we are having more people realize this and start to have programs where they could make it accessible to have people to have access to you.
Absolutely.
And for them to learn from these from great legends, and then the next generation of young people that are showing themselves that they're following in their other people's footsteps.
Well, very good, because you know, thanks to you, you have been able to bring a lot of young entertainers to the show, and you've introduced me to some of these young Bahamian entertainers over the last several months. You know, on a weekly basis, Bianca brings to us some young entertainers, not only entertainers, but people who are doing things to improve the quality of healthcare in the country and lifestyle, really, working on health, their personal health, and to improve the health of others. And so we thank you so very much introducing the public to all of these young entertainers, Bianca.
So
Fine
John,
job.
I don't know if you want me to stick a plug in here, because what people don't understand is you are identified by your culture. Our music and our culture could change this country. And everybody tries to be other people, you know, but the people when they come here, they won't be like us, but we won't be like them. That doesn't make any sense, you know. So the music and the culture could change this country, but the culture has to be respected. See, the pastors and the politicians, they want the spotlight.
Yes.
But the spotlight ain't for you. It's for the culture and the arts and the artisans. Respect us, man.
Okay.
Another thing I want to...
I want you to stick a pin there, because I know you're going to give me a very long presentation on cultural appreciation. So I want to really enjoy this. So let's take this break, and when we return, Clay Cupid Adley will speak to us on his view on where we are in terms of the development of Bahamian culture. We'll come right back.